why you're better off working with an advisor that uses professional coaches, mentors, and elite affiliates. By the end of this video episode, you will understand that the data, information, and knowledge that most advisors learn at the outset of their career become obsolete usually within 7 years. An advisor needs to stay on top of new technology and changing market conditions. So, I'm Doug Andrew. I've been a financial strategist and retirement planning specialist for more than 48 years. And during that time period, not only have I helped thousands of clients optimize their financial assets and minimize taxes, but also I've trained thousands of financial advisors how to do that for their own clients. In fact, from 2003 to 2007, I actually devoted a lot of my time to sort of teaching my recipe to other financial advisors, making my competitors my customers, because I was interested in getting this information out to more people, and I couldn't just do it by myself. And so we had a lot of CPAs, tax attorneys, financial advisors pay $6,000 in tuition to come through a 3-day intensive course. Many came back 2 and 3 times and shelled out $6,000 every time. And then I realized that I needed to test them. So I created a proficiency exam. It is now 150 questions. But you wouldn't believe how many financial advisors that a lot of people put up here on a pedestal because they're on NBC or CNBC, they wouldn't even score 30% on this exam. They wouldn't even understand 70% of the questions, okay? So how can you pass an exam if you don't even understand the questions? Because these are not typical things that most financial advisors have to know in order to get their CFP, Certified Financial Planner designation. It's pretty sad, okay? And so I've always been very passionate about helping financial advisors understand how to help their clients better so that they will not outlive their money. And finally, I decided to organize a group called IUL Insiders, because one of my favorite vehicles to accumulate money tax-free is indexed universal life. But the vast majority, I'm talking over 99% of IUL policies in America, would not qualify to be what I call a laser fund. LASER is an acronym. This stands for liquid assets, safely earning returns. And so my favorite vehicle is a laser fund, which is a properly structured, maximum funded indexed universal life insurance policy. And it's amazing how many insurance agents do not understand how to do this. And it can cost you millions of dollars if you have the wrong advisor who does not understand this. So in order to make sure that I could point people to the right advisors, I designed a group called IUL Insiders. And they come in and they learn. I don't want to go to my grave at the end of the day with all of this wisdom and knowledge in here. I want to help as many other advisors as possible so they can continue to help clients to optimize their assets and minimize taxes, not outlive their money, eliminate the dangers of taxes, inflation, and market volatility, which is what causes most retirees to outlive their money, okay? And so in IUL Insiders, we have this coalition. And not only do they have to go through a series of educational videos and answer 150 questions correctly before, they go on to the next video, they have to pass those exams, but then they attend a class that I teach every single week for an hour and a half. And then another one my son teaches on how to properly design and structure these. And then there's all kinds of other techniques and things that we teach advisors on and on and on. This is a coalition. In fact, it has so much clout that a lot of insurance companies, multi-billion, multi-trillion-dollar insurance companies that are designing new IUL policies, they oftentimes come to us for like a good housekeeping seal. We had a company a few years ago. I was out of town. They came in and they wanted me to look at it, and I wasn't there, but my son looked at it. It took him about 15 minutes, and he goes, "My dad will never recommend this one." And they scratched a product they'd been working on for over a year They had invested $300,000 on it, and they said, okay, if Doug Andrew doesn't say he would recommend it, we don't even want to release it. So this group has that kind of clout with the carriers, with the regulators, and so forth. It's a coalition. Now, an IUL insider, when they belong, they get professional coaching by me, my son, some of the top advisors in America. And it's a collaborative effort. So we mentor them, we coach them. I would recommend that you work with advisors that use professional coaches and mentors. They don't have to necessarily be me, but I would ask, if I were you, your advisor, who do you use? Who coaches you? Who mentors you? And if they say, oh, I already know everything, I wouldn't walk away, I'd run, okay? They're not shooting straight with you. I will always have coaches and mentors helping me, and I help thousands of financial advisors. Now, also, you are able to collaborate with this elite group of professionals, the creme de la creme. So, to shoot straight with you, out of over 3,000 who came through my training first, there were only 200 that could successfully pass a proficiency exam 2 years later. Because if you don't use it, you lose it, okay? And they're not helping their clients. There are only about 10% of them, 20 that I actually point my clients to. And I said, that's not enough. So that's why I started IUL Insiders, so that I can point people like you to the ones who understand and have taken the time to learn. Now, here's what I would do if I were you. Not only would I check out, is my advisor qualified? Do they understand this? But if you read this book, you'll know more than your advisor does if they profess to think they know it all. And so in this book, there's actually on page 195, a checklist of 14 questions that you can ask your advisor. And if they can't answer all 14 questions that fast, right off the cuff, that is a red flag, okay? I want to gift you a copy. This retails for $20. You don't need to do that. I will pay for the book. Here's how you can claim your free copy. You simply go to LASERFUND.com, LASERFUND.com, or click on the link below, and you contribute a nominal amount towards the shipping and handling. I cover the rest of that, and I pay for the book. I fire it out to you. This is about you. This isn't about me. And there's options there if you'd rather listen and learn or watch and learn. There's even an 18-hour masterclass if you want to really dive deep. And check out some of the webinars and educational events that we hold. And there's methods there where you can be directed to a professional who has passed the exam and understands how to do this right, okay? But go to LASERFUND.com, get your book. And when you start listening or reading this book, then you will understand on this side with all kinds of charts and graphs if you're a left brain learner. If you're a right brain learner, you flip it over and read this one. This has 62 actual client stories of how this works in real life. And so this is your first step. This will help you understand things that maybe your advisor doesn't understand. And you go to page 195 of this white cover side, there's 14 questions. And I dare you to ask your advisor those questions and see if they can answer them off the cuff. If they can't, if they say, I don't know, or if you can tell they're faking it, it's time to find a new advisor.